Hello friends, I'm Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at the Safety Car Squad from SirToys.com. This set of figures has a party favor, which we will get into in a little bit. First, let's take a look at each one of these toys up close. First up is the fire truck, and it is a cute little fire truck. Nice eyes there. And I don't know if this is from a cartoon or not. I haven't been able to find any information on it. It just looks cool, might be fun for my son. And then there's the party favor, which we'll get into after we take a look at all of these figures. Fire truck's nice. Next up is the ambulance that's got a bunch of holes for screws on the one side, but otherwise it's a cute little ambulance and is oddly aerodynamic. Then we've got this bus? Yeah, I think it's a bus. Oddly enough. Weird. And then we have a boat, which is a cute little boat that has thrusters coming off the back. Oh, and look, a fist. And then we got this little police car, nice blue little cop car. The spoiler does pop off very easily, good, but goes right back on. Again, screw holes on the one side, not a big deal. And finally, the plane that's got thrusters in the back and what looks like thrusters on the bottom, and then a big hole in his head for reasons. It works. All right, if you haven't guessed by now, these all combine into a giant robot. What else was it going to do? I mean, seriously. For the legs, we grab the ambulance and the fire truck and flip out the legs and flip down this little section for heels and then flip out the leg combiner port. We do the same thing on the red, except we want to pull the ladder off first. Otherwise, things are gonna have trouble. And then these guys will form the legs. And then for the crotch, we will take the plane and just kind of snap it in part, fold that out. And then this section, whole section will fold up like that. And this will form the backpack and the crotch. So we add ambulance, and then we add the fire truck. And then we got some walking, smiling legs. Next, we take the bus, pull it out, pull it open like that, and then flip down the little connector bit. That little bit will peg into the top of the plane. And then once the peg is in, take the yellow sections, fold them out and around, and they will peg in and snap into place like that, thus leaving this whole back section open for you to fold up and snap the connector into place. And getting this lined up is a little tricky, but once you do, it just pegs in right there, and you've got a nice, good, solid connection. And now we'll go for the arms, take the speedboat, pull it apart like that, flip out the fist, and fold the whole arm section down, turn it around like that, so all the screw holes are pointing towards the back, and we've got the right arm. And then we'll do the same thing for the police car for the left arm, pull it apart, which is actually pulling these two in half is the hardest part of the transformation. Fold the arm, or fold the back down, flip that down, and flip it around again so all the screw holes are pointing towards the back, and then just plug in the arms. And plugging in the arms is a little bit harder than you might think. It does require a bit more force than I initially thought it would, but they do go in with no problems. And then the hand on either hand can hold the ladder as a gun. And then finally, reach under or back behind the hat and pull up the Bob the Builder-like head. Now, before I show you the full combined mode, all nice and neat, one thing you do need to be aware of is that the heads of the ambulance and the fire truck do rotate, so you want to rotate them until they stop. Otherwise, the figure's not going to be able to stand up on its own. And here we have the full combined mode for the figure, and it's really cool. It holds together incredibly well. It's super fun to play with. All the characters are bright, colorful, and fun. And it's just neat. It's just neat. Like all Super Sentai figures, it doesn't have much in the way of posability. Shoulders are on ratchets. There is some posability in the elbow, but the fists don't articulate or swivel at all, which kind of defeats the purpose of having an elbow. Oh well, There's no real torso articulation. There is some thigh articulation, and the knees can bend, but you can't move the legs back and forth, so it's kind of a static pose. But this is a set meant for kids, for smaller kids, and I'm fine with it. It's perfectly fine, and it's a ton of fun. In terms of scale, it towers over Voyager-class figures and scales perfectly with Combiner Wars. It's not exactly the same size as Titans class, it's about half the size of a Predaking. I would have loved if each individual figure transformed, but that would compromise the actual combining gimmick quite a bit. Otherwise, this set is really, really fun. It's $40, which is a little bit high for what it is, but still, I think it's worth it. The plastic feels good. There's no, like, super chintzy feel to it, and it holds together really well in both modes. In fact, it holds together so well, these dang bits on the side of the bus don't want to detach. As I said, totally worth picking up, so head on down to the description in this video so you can see the link to the set. I'm also going to include a link to another similar set that is roughly the same. It's just made of construction vehicles as opposed to rescue vehicles. So yeah, I definitely think both of these are worth picking up. They're a ton of fun, and you know what? I'm going to hand these off to my kid when I'm done with this video review. So folks, let me know what you think of this set down in the comments. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you next time.